2025. Margot, please take it away.
I, Margot G. Kay, the Town Clerk of the Town of Morristown, do hereby state that it is 7:37 p.m. on Tuesday, December 9th, 2025, and that this regular meeting is being held in Council Chambers, 200 South Street, Morristown, New Jersey. Adequate notice of this meeting was provided according to law by written notice to the Morristown Daily Record, the official newspaper of the Town of Morristown, and to the Newark Star Ledger, both more than 48 hours ago. Notice was also posted on the bulletin board at Town Hall and filed with the office of the Town Clerk of the Town of Morristown. I do further state that I shall enter into the minutes of this meeting a statement that such notice was furnished as particularly described by me in this public announcement. I will take a roll call. Councilwoman Foster.
Here.
Councilman Iannacone.
Here.
Councilwoman Lindsay.
Here.
Councilman Pilipchuk.
Here.
Councilman Russo.
Here.
Councilman Silva is excused this evening. Council President Umbriac.
Here.
Mr. President, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Let's take a moment of silence, please. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. That was the loudest Pledge of Allegiance that we've had in these chambers probably forever.
Okay, we have 4 items on the consent agenda tonight. I will separate out item number 1, approval of minutes for the November 13, 2025 Town Council regular meeting. May I please have a motion to adopt those minutes?
I'll make a motion to adopt those minutes.
Second.
On the adoption of the November 13th minutes, Councilwoman Foster.
Yes.
Councilman Iannacone.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lindsay.
Abstain.
Councilman Pilipchuk.
Yes.
Councilman Russo.
Yes.
Council President Umbriac.
Yes.
Motion carries. The final 3 items on tonight's consent agenda are facility use request applications for various events for St. Margaret's Catholic Church. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve consent agenda items 2, 3, and 4.
Second.
On the adoption of those items, Councilwoman Foster.
Yes.
Councilman Iannacone.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lindsay.
Yes.
Councilman Pilipchuk.
Yes.
Councilman Russo.
Yes.
Council President Umbriac.
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right. Well, I have the honor of welcoming the 7th grade Wildcat football team with us this evening. They had a tremendous year. They were undefeated. They won the Super Bowl. They put up some incredible numbers. So I wanted to make sure that we honored them. They're kids from Morris Plains, Morris Township, Morristown. It's a great program. It's really growing, and we're really excited for the successes that they had this year. I'd like to invite the coaches to come up first. So if you can go to the mic if you want to just introduce yourself, and maybe Ted Olszewski's the head coach. If you want to say something.
How you doing? Ted Olszewski, head coach, Morristown Wildcats.
And all the assistant coaches.
Danny Brockdorf, Morristown Wildcats. Ray Cervone.
All right, so I have a proclamation that I'm going to read, and I have proclamations for each and every one of you. So I'm going to task my son with handing it out to all his teammates and coaches. And you guys can follow along. All right. So this is actually a joint mayoral proclamation. Unfortunately, our mayor is on vacation, but this proclamation was signed by our mayor, Tim Doherty, Donna Gariglia, the mayor of Morris Township, and Jason Carr, the mayor of Morris Plains. So, honoring the undefeated 2025 7th grade Wildcat football team. Whereas the town of Morristown proudly recognizes the 7th grade Wildcat football team for an extraordinary 2025 season. finishing undefeated and capturing the 2025 New Jersey Suburban Youth Football League Suburban American Level B Super Bowl championship. And whereas the Wildcats demonstrated unmatched athletic excellence, recording 2,131 total rushing yards on 274 carries, averaging an astonishing 213.1 rushing yards per game and 7.8 yards per carry. A performance so dominant that it surpassed the NFL's 2024 rushing leader, the Baltimore Ravens, by nearly 30 yards per game. Whereas the team's rushing success was led by standout individual achievements, including Aubrey. Why don't you stand up, Aubrey? Aubrey Harris, who amassed 1,274 yards on 112 carries, averaging 11.4 yards per carry with a longest run of 80 yards versus Old Bridge. Is Carter Mills here? Carter, who contributed 355 yards on 70 carries, averaging 5.1 yards per carry with the longest run of 40 yards versus West Orange. And whereas the Wildcats outscored their opponents by an overwhelming 252-53, defeating every opponent by at least 2 touchdowns and allowing more than 1 score in a game only twice, both during the playoff matchup and the Super Bowl. Whereas the team displayed remarkable composure and resilience, trailing only twice all season against Hillsborough and Scotch Plains, yet answering immediately on the next possession in both cases to tie or reclaim the lead. Whereas the Wildcats delivered 4 shutouts and never allowed more than 14 points in a single game, while themselves scoring over 30 points twice, both against Scotch Plains, and scoring on all phases of the game, offense, defense, and special teams. Whereas this year's success reflects a long-standing tradition of excellence, as this group of athletes has compiled a remarkable 33-4 record since 4th grade. So the same team has been together since 4th grade with the same coaches since. So obviously they've built a relationship and they've been able to improve each year, including a 27-1 record in the Suburban League, and now celebrates its 2nd Super Bowl championship. Their first was in 2023. So now, therefore, I, Nathan Umbriack, Council President of the Town of Morristown, on behalf of Timothy P. Doherty, Mayor of the Town of Morristown, do hereby congratulate and commend the 2025 undefeated 7th grade Wildcat football team for their extraordinary accomplishments and exemplary representation of our community, and do hereby proclaim December 9th, 2025 as 7th grade Wildcat Football Team Day in the Town of Morristown. The dedication, sportsmanship, teamwork, and discipline of these young athletes, along with the leadership of their coaches and support of their families, bring great pride to the Morristown community. Congratulations, guys. And now I would like to invite the coaches in the back, the players in the front, for pictures. You guys can come all in this.
You got a team. Good job, coaches. Finally, the high school's gonna have a team. Oh, no, I'm staying.
Why did they hand me the declaration?
I can't see.
All right, get in some kind of orderly fashion.
Thank you.
He's good.
That made me cry a little bit. Oh. It makes me miss the sports so much.
Thanks, Jeff. Take care.
I like being moved out, you know, I'm like, I'm back. Yeah. Back again.
It's great.
That is real
Very
nice.
fast.
Okay,
Jillian, do you want to do your presentation now?
we have
Your
a
other business?
public hearing.
Well, the mayor's proclamation and presentations. I know you have some things you wanted to share.
No, that's,
Oh, the report. Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies.
okay, I'm sorry. At this time, I will open the floor for a public hearing on any matter. When called upon, please approach the microphone, state your name and address, and limit your comments to 3 minutes or less. Be advised that any derogatory comments targeting members of council and/or administration may be ruled out of order.
Remember, there was a gentleman from the church that would like to speak. Now is your time.
Hello, members of the council. My name is Daniel Vigilante. I'm the senior pastor at the Presbyterian Church in Morristown on the Green. I'm joined by John Harmon, one of our members who brought an idea about a year ago for a speaker series, something that would stretch beyond the walls of our building, but really something to bring the community together. And a little advisory committee was formed, and we started talking about something that might be timely and meaningful and in our community. And the subject of loneliness came up. And so we're really excited that this January 8th will be our inaugural event for what we're calling the Forum on the Green. And the topic for 2026 will be belonging in the age of loneliness. And our first speaker will be a guy named Kevin Hines. It was funny, I was boarding a flight one time and I looked down as I was walking to my seat in the very back of the plane, and there was Paula Dean. And I was like, whoa, that's Paula Dean. And went to my seat and sat down and started talking to the guy next to me and said, did you see Paula Dean in first class? And so we chatted, and turns out that was Kevin Hines. And when he was 19 years old, he tried to take his life by jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, wow.
He is one of only, I think, 30 people since that bridge was built almost 100 years ago to survive. And he said the same thing that every other person who's survived has said: the moment his hands left the railing, he regretted his decision. And he thought no one's going to know. So we're really excited for Kevin to bring his story of hope and resilience and belonging in this age of loneliness that we find ourselves. The next event is going to be in March. I keep talking. John's here. He should be the one telling you about it. But some of the administrators and staff from Morris School District will be with us. Sort of a panel discussion that we're calling Screens, Students, and the Search for Belonging. So I've got some flyers for you all.
Yeah, if you can give them to our town clerk, and she'll share them with us. Thank you.
John, do you want to say anything else? And we've got more flyers here if anyone would like. Please.
I'm really glad I found the right meeting. So I have been a member of the church for 4 years, and one of the things I've noticed is the rich tradition of education in the church. And I don't mean just churchly topics, of course it's important, but things like healthcare in America, or what it's like to be a bomber pilot in the Vietnam War. So we have a range of topics, and I was thinking, well, I'll bet the community would be interested in hearing some of these things. We started talking, and lo and behold, some topics came up that we think have resonance for the community. We hope so anyway. So we're very grateful for listening to us, and for me, the second time. And I promise not to show up again. So thank you.
Thank you both.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Anyone else from the public? Mr. Armington, welcome back.
Stephen Armington, 16 Cutler Street. I haven't been here since the election, and I will not be here at the reorg meeting. So I just wanted to congratulate the three of you and the mayor for running a clean, good campaign, and congratulations on your win. So.
Thank you. Oh, that was very kind of you. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, wow, very nice.
Kristen Ace.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kristen Ace. I live at 24 Franklin Street, and I'm here representing the Morristown Shade Tree Commission. On behalf of the commission, we want to thank you for your service to our town and also for your continued support of our work. Next month, I will have a list of accomplishments and the numbers to back up those accomplishments for you, which is important because it unequivocally shows the value of our work. I was talking with a friend of mine the other day about our work and the challenges that trees are facing in our world today. And when we were done with the conversation, she said, "Oh my God, how do you go on? I mean, why not just give up? It seems hopeless." And I said, well, we love what we do. We love our town, and we love the people we work with. But it's really something bigger than that. So the physicist, the astrophysicist, Neil deGrasse Tyson, summed it up by saying this: diamonds might shine like treasures on the earth, but in space they are almost everywhere. Scientists believe that there are entire planets made of diamond, created by extreme deep pressure from inside of them. Yet when we look for wood beyond our world, it is nowhere to be found. That's because trees are fragile miracles. They need the right mix of water, air, soil, and a calm climate to survive. And such a perfect balance does not exist anywhere else in the universe, as we know. This makes wood, something we touch every single day, one of the rarest and most precious materials in all of creation. It reminds us how truly special Earth is. Out in the cosmos, worlds may glitter with endless diamonds, but even the wooden chair in your home is more extraordinary on a universal scale. It is living proof of the rare gift that only Earth can hold. And I would add that that is the reason why we do what we do, why it's important, and why trees are a rare gift to us. Thank you for everything that you do for us. Thank you.
Thanks, Kristen.
Thank you. Any other comments from the public? I will close public session. Any responses from council?
Just to follow up with Kirsten, a big thank you, but it has to be extended to Jillian and Anthony back council chambers here. Reality is they've been working the last 2 weeks almost constantly on the slope at Jacobs Ford, and that was, I will tell you, that was a slope with a lot of issues, not just what Kirsten will educate us about, invasives, yada, 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 but also about a lot of other public issues, you know, and people using that space and having that open space to be able to enjoy that open space. We had our neighborhood party a week ago, this past Friday, and I will tell you, you guys were the talk of the town, and I'll say you were the talk of the town. It was because it happened to be right there on the park where the party was, and everybody was noticing it, everybody was talking about it, and everybody's very, very appreciative of what you're doing for Jacob Ford and what you're doing for the town of Morristown. Thank you.
Well, Councilman, I really have to throw credit really back to the JG Commission for all that work, because that's really their baby and their effort. So
it's great.
I will say
Yes.
thank you, Kristen.
Thank you. And Mr. Armington, don't be a stranger. You're always welcome to come back and say nice things. So thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. Only nice things, though. All right. We can move to the report of the mayor and town officials now. Jillian.
All right. So the mayor is
Fishing?
away, enjoying some much-needed respite in advance of the end of the year. But I do share his season's greetings, and I will share kind of the list of events. Since it's been a few weeks since our last one, we've had a few events over the last month. Starting Saturday, November 15th, we had the Liberty Tree dedication ceremony at Burnham Park, which was hosted in partnership with the Morristown Chachi Commission and the Jockey Hollow chapter of the Sons of the American Revolution, which honored our nation's veterans and celebrates the legacy of the Liberty Tree as part of the United States 250th anniversary observance. And then on Sunday, November 23rd, MPAC hosted their annual Festival of Lights at Vail Mansion, Lawn and Plaza. I know that that's always a really well-attended event. And then, of course, municipal offices were closed for the Thanksgiving holiday. And then Saturday, November 29th, the partnership had Santa's arrival on the green with the lighting of the green, and I know that that was also a fabulous event. Thank you, Jen, and the
Jen,
partnership for their amazing work. That's really always a really fun event for the season. And then Tuesday, December 9th, the council president hosted, I'm gonna butcher this name, Mahendra Patel,
That's exactly it.
with a certificate of recognition honoring his 35 years of dedicated service to the Lafayette Avenue Dunkin' Donuts. So upcoming events, coming this Sunday, December 14th, from 3 to 7 p.m. is Our Youth, Our Future's annual holiday spectacular here at Town Hall in the Senior Center. And I'll let you talk more about it when you get to your stuff. And then Monday, December 15th at 4:30, from 4:30 to 6, the Morristown Hanukkah Experience at Headquarters Plaza will be held at 4:30. The events will be at the Headquarters Plaza lobby, and then at 5:30, the events will include the menorah lighting outside on Pioneers Plaza. On Tuesday, December 16th at 1 p.m. is the grand opening and ribbon cutting of Kato Restaurant at 90 South Street. Hopefully, some of you will be able to join us. Wednesday, December 17th at noon is the annual Morristown Senior Holiday Party here at Town Hall on the 3rd floor at the Senior Center. For questions or to RSVP, please contact Kathy Vonk, our Senior Services Coordinator, at 973-796-1803. That's always quite a party. And then, of course, for the end of the year, municipal offices will be closed in observance of Christmas on Thursday, December 25th, and then an observance of New Year's Day on Thursday, January 1st. And I think that concludes my comments. Thank you, Council President.
Wonderful, thank you. Just wanted to thank Councilman C. Pilipchuk and Councilman Chris Russo for coming and showing their support. This past Friday was the Homeless Solutions Sleep Out. It was well attended. We probably had 60 sleepers. If you remember, Friday into Saturday, it snowed. So it was interesting to wake up after shivering all night to a fresh blanket of snow. But just wanted to extend my appreciation, and others also commented on their appreciation for you attending. So thank you.
Of course, thank you. I'll be out there sleeping next year.
Okay, hold you to it. Okay, let's move to council liaison reports.
I don't have anything.
Nothing today? Okay. Councilman Pilipchuk.
Short update on the partnership. Like Ms. Barrick said, we had the Santa arrival on Saturday. I've heard nothing but great things, Jen, about that. Everyone I've talked to loved it. My kids absolutely loved it too. And then we went out to dinner afterwards.
We did too.
We spent the time in Morristown for checking out some more things. So I think it was a great event. I'm really happy to see it on Saturday, and I hope it continues that way. Other than that, there's no meeting this month. I know they have a lot of things planned for next year. I'm looking forward to see what they can do.
Wonderful. Councilman Russo.
Very quiet on the planning board, and the last meeting for this month was canceled, so we'll see what 2026 brings.
Thank you. Councilwoman Foster, if you want to talk about your event that's upcoming.
Well, thank you for mentioning it in the mayor's announcements. It's an annual event that we do for the kids, mostly in the community, some outside the community. We have over 80 kids registered for the event. Thank you to Jen with the partnership, who always donates the gingerbread houses for us, and Jillian and Caitlin and the other Caitlin and Kathy, everybody who helps the DPW to coordinate that for us, to make sure that we're able to start wrapping on Thursday. We wrap all the gifts. We give the kids a gift or two, depending on what we get donated from Marine Toys for Tots. We have our council president that supports us with the magic show. He donates that, and just anybody who contributes, the restaurants that donate the food. A lot of work goes into planning the event, but it's such a joy to see the kids so happy during this time of year. So thank you to everybody who participates and supports our events, because we do it for the love of the children in the community. So thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right, Margaret, we can move to regular business.
Okay, there are no ordinances for introduction. There is one for public hearing and adoption. That's ordinance number O-44-2025, ordinance of the town of Morristown creating Chapter 31 entitled Project Labor Agreements.
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance number O-44-2025.
Second.
At this time, I'll open the floor for our public hearing on ordinance O-44-2025
If I may, Madam Clerk, before we go to the public hearing, I'm going to recommend a de minimis, request for a de minimis amendment, specifically to the definition section. Under number 15, I'll read the sentence. It says, number 1, a tax exemption pursuant to NJSA 4820-1 et seq. Or NJSA 40A21-1 et seq. And it says and, it should be an or. So I'm requesting that there be a motion to amend the ordinance to make this de minimis change.
Thank you.
Is there a motion?
I will make a motion.
Second.
Okay.
Can I do an all in favor? Or
I would do a roll call, I'm
A
sorry.
roll
Yeah.
call on the amendment?
Just on the amendment, not on, this is
Okay.
not a vote on the actual ordinance, just the amendment.
Okay. On the motion to adopt the de minimis amendment, Councilwoman Foster?
Yes.
Councilman Anacone?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lindsay?
Yes.
Councilman Filipchuk?
Yes.
Councilman Russo?
Yes.
Council President Umbreak?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Now, at this time, I will open the floor for a public hearing on ordinance O-44-2025 only.
Mr. Armington.
Stephen Armington, 16 Cutler Street. I've been in construction management for the last 20 years, all public contracts, almost all of that with union labor, so I'm in favor of the ordinance. My only concern, I think, well, on the one hand, section 3.31.3 talks about exemptions for affordable housing projects in excess of 50%. Curious why, is the suggestion that union shops are not good at affordable housing projects? That's not so much my concern. I can understand pet projects or whatever it is. My broader concern is in section 31-2, where the business administrator can, presumably for any reason, determine that a PLA is not required, and in that case, they petition the council for a waiver. And so it seems like you're requiring PLAs across the board. Unless the administration doesn't support the PLA, then they're not required. I also think, from my sort of history of campaign contributions, sort of questioning, it opens up the possibility of future administrations strong-arming unions to say, hey, you want the contract, you got to pay out, and I think having that level of ambiguity. So my recommendation is to amend the ordinance to actually provide criteria for the basis for the administration deciding not to provide a PLA. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Michello, would you like to?
Certainly, I'll try to do my best to answer the questions. I believe that the policy goal and the policy goal of the town and this council has always been to make our best efforts to see affordable housing in Morristown. And in order to do that, we don't want to place any additional restrictions on any project that would be 50% or over in affordable housing. So obviously, we do have a policy goal of seeing organized labor on construction projects, but we're not doing that to the exclusion of the policy goal of having affordable housing in Morristown. So that's why the 50% was baked into the ordinance. However, the situations may arise based on a specific project where a PLA may not be in the best interest of the project. Maybe there's an argument to be made that the project wouldn't be able to move forward. This ordinance gives the business administrator the opportunity to bring that before council, to have it discussed publicly, and then ultimately for the council to make a decision on whether or not this was the specific case that did not require a PLA. So hopefully that answers both questions.
Thank you. Thank you. Anything, Councilman Polipchuk, you want to add?
Yeah, I just want to add on the 50%. The whole idea behind that too is if you have something like a Habitat for Humanity building that's going to be 100% affordable, the issues of volunteer labor and things like that with the PLA. So I hear your point on, it could go the other direction, and why is union labor not good for affordable housing? I disagree. I'm just trying to encourage more investment in affordable housing within Morristown. And then also, to Mr. Minchella's point too, I don't think we can anticipate every single project going forward where an exemption may be required. So kind of spelling them out in the ordinance, I think, may handcuff future councils. I would like to think that it's all done for the right reasons. You know, that we're clearly saying here that the policy goal is if you are taking public money from the town, you need to build it right. And that's the intent of this ordinance, and I think that's, that we get it right on this. Maybe not perfect, and I'm sure as we implement it going forward, we're going to find things that we missed. And that's the beauty of it. We can always make it better. So that's all I have.
Thank you.
Mr.
Councilman.
President, I don't believe we closed public comment.
Oh, we didn't?
That was
Okay.
my fault. I apologize.
Yeah, I'll close. Councilman Iannacone.
You know, thank you very much. After the last meeting, after this was introduced, I did meet with Jillian, David, Nathan, and Stephen to review this ordinance. My primary concern was, is this overly broad? And after that meeting and after fuller understanding, I don't think it is overly broad. It is a little bit more extensive than what you standard see in other municipalities, as I pointed out, in Parsippany, Montclair. I am supportive of the concept. I think one of the things we should point out is, yeah, it's a labor agreement, but it also applies to the projects, whether it's you working with unionized labor or without unionized labor. We're not creating standards for two different groups. We're creating common standards for construction of certain types of projects. And the comfort that I got, and I think this does lend itself as comfort in terms of the exemption and the waiver, is that it's really a very limited scope. And the scope of this truly are projects that receive public funds that are provided by or through the town. So if there's state funds, if there's tax credits, Aspera credits, any of the fundings that developers do get from the state or from the federal government, that doesn't trigger this ordinance. What triggers this ordinance is solely money that comes through the town. Now, what kinds of monies come through the town? Again, it's rather limited. We don't have an economic development zone, which is one of the exceptions, so we don't accumulating monies in a urban enterprise zone. We don't have development bonds sitting out there, so it's not like we're going out and funding bonding for improvements. We might in the future, i.e., the question's going to be, and Jillian's going to have her hands full, I think, with this ordinance will be, you know, if we're guaranteeing the bonds of the public parking garage or a new parking garage, does that extend to the public parking garage? It should. Yeah. It should. So, so the scope of the project is rather limited. You know, the project has to be more than $5 million and it has to be publicly supported. And there's very few projects. The projects that will be impacted will be those projects that fall into that category and are asking for a pilot. Because now all of a sudden this will apply. Because that is where we're extending our funding to that project. And the second piece on this truly is I don't think it's going to discourage, okay? I think it's going to be rather limited, so I think the administration associated with this, because that was our other concern, the amount of administrative time to manage this and to get the proper forms and paperwork all filled out, I think that's going to be limited also. So I think with the explanations that we had, I think this is a worthwhile ordinance to put forward.
Thank you. And thank you to Jillian and David for their time and helping to explain and get all of our questions answered. So thank you.
Okay, I would ask for a motion to adopt ordinance O-44-2025 as amended.
I will make that motion.
Second.
Councilwoman Foster?
Yes.
Councilman Iannacone?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lindsay?
Yes.
Councilman Filipchuk?
Yes.
Councilman Russo?
Yes.
Council President Umbreak?
Yes.
Ordinance O-44-2025 is adopted. There are 13 resolutions on the agenda this evening. Are there any that members of council would like to pull for separate consideration?
163, please.
Any others? With that, I would ask, please, for a motion to adopt resolution numbers R-151 through R-162, 2025.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
On the adoption of those resolutions, Councilwoman Foster?
Yes.
Councilman Iannacone?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lindsay?
Yes.
Councilman Polypchuk?
Yes.
Councilman Russo?
Yes.
And Council President Umbreak?
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution number R-163-2025, resolution opposing Senate Bill number 4736.
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution number R-163-2025.
Second.
Councilman?
I just wanted to say thank you for the administration for drafting this and work on it. Just want to clarify what exactly we're objecting to.
Yes, please.
So there's a current bill in front of the state Senate that would allow religious properties to develop their property at a density of 40 units per acre. And it would allow an additional floor above what the zoning allows in that area. It'll make it an accepted use in all zones. So for some context, our density of our zoning varies, but we're around 10 to 15 units per acre is our maximum. There's some infill bonuses that we have that kind of goes up a little higher, but 10 to 15 units per acre is what we have. This is 4 times that. And one of their policy objectives on it is to encourage affordable housing. But I think the blanket applying a blanket requirement across the entire state kind of misses the whole problems that we have as individual municipalities. So, nothing here that we're saying that we're opposing is we're not opposing affordable housing. And I think we've kind of demonstrated that with the ordinance that we just approved. But it's the density that they're approving and the blanket approval that automatically goes in. Takes away any local control whatsoever on these kind of projects and allows them to extend it to adjacent properties as well. So, Morristown, we have a lot of religious properties that potentially could be redeveloped, and a burden of 40 units per acre is significant on the infrastructure, the sewer system, the water infrastructure, and this just goes back to the blanket approval is not appropriate, especially in Morristown. A lot of neighboring towns have done this, and I don't think it's going to advance in the legislature because from what I've heard on a few things, but I think as a policy decision, having this resolution from the council saying that we object to it is an important thing.
I agree. Thank you.
Okay, on the adoption of resolution R-163-2025, Councilwoman Foster?
Yes.
Councilman Iannacone?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lindsay?
Yes.
Councilman Polypchuk?
Yes.
Councilman Russo?
Yes.
Council President Umbreak?
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution is adopted.
Thank you. We have no unfinished old business or new business. Before I adjourn, I would like to take this opportunity to thank this governing body for putting me in a position as council president the last 2 years. I hope I served you well. I enjoyed working with this governing body. I'd like to also thank Margot, our town clerk, for all of her help and support, our attorney, David Mincello, our business administrator, Jillian Barrick, and of course, our mayor, Tim Doherty. I look forward to 2026 and beyond under some new leadership, new guidance, and new ideas. So thank you again, and hope everybody has a great holiday season. Thank you. And with that, I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.